When Lincoln Riley arrived at USC, he instantly turned them into one of the most explosive offenses in the Pac-12. He brought his modernized air raid system to LA and pushed it even further with Caleb Williams at the center of everything. A quarterback whose creativity, mobility, and arm talent helped him win the Heisman Trophy in his first season at USC. Now, the first play we're going to look at in this offense is motion-wise sail at a spread-wise slot weak. Motion-wise sail is a classic air raid concept built around simple, clean reads that can attack both man and zone for easy yards all over the field. Now, to set this up, come out with our running back to the short side of the field, then take the slot receiver on the short side and put him on a whip, then take the slot receiver on the wide side and stem his route up one notch. Now, this play starts with an auto motion out of the backfield from our running back. Then we always want to start by reading the wide side of the field and high-lowing the flat defender. Now, if the flat defender bites down on the motion running back in the flat, we want to throw that deep out as it breaks towards the sideline. And this is also a route that gets great separation versus man coverage, so it's going to be our first read versus man as well. Now, if the linebacker or user vacate the middle to help on the out route or jump the shallow traffic underneath, we can hit the dig coming in right after him in the center of the field. Now, against zone, our two checkdowns are the whip as it breaks out and the running back in the flat, both easy, reliable options to keep the offense on schedule. Then against man, the whip and dig are your two best matchups other than the out route, and you can just fire it into whichever one gets the cleanest separation. So that's just one of the 6 plays we're breaking down for you in this USC offense. So we're going to go through each one step by step and show you the reads against every coverage and give you the tools to attack man, zone, and pressure. Then if you want to expand this scheme even further, I've got 10 more plays that fit perfectly with this Texas Tech air raid offense live on Scheme Kings. And remember, this USC build isn't a one-off. It's part of a full air raid system in College Football 26, all built out of the Virginia Tech playbook. You can run it alongside my Oklahoma and USC Lincoln Riley offenses and mix all 3 together into one giant scheme. And if you want to check out the full playlist for this offense, I'll link it down below. During Lincoln Riley's run with Caleb at USC, the Trojans instantly became one of the most explosive and creative offenses in the country. In just 2 seasons together, they produced a Heisman Trophy, multiple top 10 offensive finishes, and a system built on constant stress, forcing defenses to defend tempo, spacing, motion, and a quarterback who could extend any play. Riley blended the classic air raid passing tree with power run concepts, gap schemes, and design QB runs, creating a version of the offense that pushed the system to its modern extreme. And every great offense needs a star play, something you can go to in any situation, and this USC offense is no different. For us, that's going to be PAY Flutter out of wing trio weak. This is an incredible deep passing play that can bomb defenses for huge gains, even turning into one-play touchdowns against cover 3 zone looks. And it's also strong versus man coverage, making it a reliable call in almost any situation. Now, to set this up, come out with our trips to the wide side of the field, then take your backside solo receiver and put him on a corner route. All right, so with this PAY flood play, our first read is always going to be the corner route. Now, whether we're playing zone, we're facing zone or man, this route is going to get basically open against almost every coverage you face. So first up, against zone coverage, we're basically reading the flat defender. Here he stays shallow, but even if he's playing at 10-15 yards, we can still drop it in over his head. This route here, this deep post, is going to pull back the deep blue defender. User's getting caught inside, and now we can just drop this corner route up along the sideline, up over the flat defender's head for a big gain. If that route is ever taken away because the flat defender is dropping back too far or the user guarding it especially, that's where we want to play in the middle of the field. So right here, we see the flat defender is staying shallow, but the user is playing our corner route right here. So what we're going to see against a cover 2 or a cover 4 defense, if the linebackers stay shallow, the user leaves the middle of the field, this player is going to get run off, this deep blue player is going to get run off, and we're going to have this post attacking the middle of the field, and we can drop this in behind the linebackers in front of the deep blue defenders for a big gain. That's against cover 2 or cover 4. But against cover 3 defenses, this can actually turn into a one-play touchdown. So this can be a one-play bomb against cover 3. Basically what's going to happen, we're going to have our play action fake. We're going to have the corner route on the backside is going to hold down the deep blue defender. This backside deep post is going to hold this safety in the middle of the field. And our inside deep over route is just going to get up over the top. And as long as we have time against cover 3, we can fire this up over the top, rack catch it for a one-play score. Then our last option versus zone is if everything is covered deep. So after our play action fake, if we go to our corner route, kind of taken away, don't want to wait for the deep post, and here we're actually getting pressure in our face, our check down is going to be our running back after the play action, and we can just drop it down to him, put the ball in his hands, and let him make a play in the open field. Here we're able to pick up the first down. So that is against zone. Now against man, we have some really good options here as well. And we're always going to look to the corner route first versus man coverage. So the corner is going to go up, out. He's going to break to the outside, 3-4 yards of separation here. We can drop that in, turn up field, really nice gain. We also have the corner route on the back side of the play and the deep post over the middle. So those are kind of our other two options. I actually will go back to the last play too, because this deep crosser, I didn't actually get any clips of me hitting it versus man, but this deep crosser, if they have no safety help over the top, can be a really good option as well. So kind of can go to the post, or sorry, the corner route or the crosser. And then our other option is going to be the backside corner route. So if they do call man coverage, this guy breaks to the outside, we can drop that corner route up in along the sideline. So that's our reads versus man. With Riley evolving his air raid at USC, he pushed the run game further than ever, adding power, counter, and gap schemes, pulling guards across the formation, and using multiple tight ends give the offense far more variation than a traditional air raid offense. This created a run game that could punish light boxes while still fitting perfectly into the air raid spacing rules. And with Caleb Williams, Riley leaned heavily into QB designed runs to get his quarterback into the open field where he was nearly impossible to tackle. Now the first run we're going to look at here is motion G down in spread Y slot weak. This is an incredible design QB run where we have an auto motion receiver sealing the edge and a puller plus the running back lead up into the hole, and this can spring you for huge gains. It's extremely explosive, and because it's not a read option call, even if the defense has option defense on conservative, this play is still fully effective and can rip off massive gains. All right, with this motion G down run, great way to just get our quarterback out in space. We're going to have our tight end or slot receiver come down, set the edge, running back as a lead blocker, lineman pulling through the hole, and this run is just super explosive. Great way to get our quarterback on the edge. And like I kind of said before, this play has no read option aspect. So even if they put their read option defense on conservative, they cannot stop this play. You are just going to be able to get downhill and create some massive plays. And you can just see over and over how big this play is. You know, set up your blocks, get to the outside, make sure you have an athletic quarterback, and you are going to make some massive plays. Then the second run play we're going to look at is RPO alert slant at a wing trio weak. Here we want to come out with our trips to the wide side, and this RPO gives us 3 clean reads. If the defense collapses inside at the snap, throw the quick screen outside for easy yards. If the linebackers jump down into the box, hit the slant breaking in behind them. And if the defense stays back and plays it honest, hand the ball off with our pulling offensive lineman out in front. All right, now with this RPO, really 3 reads on this play. So the first thing I want to do is at the snap, we are going to look to the screen pass. And basically, if the defense collapses inside and now we have one blocker and they only have one guy out here, we want to just drop it into that screen pass. So these guys collapse inside, one-on-one block. That just really easy key for me to drop in that screen pass and make one guy miss, and we're able to pick up a first down super easily. Now, backside slant, when we want to throw this is when we're running our play action here, our running the RPO at the mesh point. If we see the linebackers jumping down and our player, we see a hole open up right here, we just want to throw that backside slant. We see on the screen pass, they have 2 guys out here jumping the screen, so we're not going to go there. Eyes come here, have an opening in the middle, linebackers are biting inside, throw that slant as he breaks in over the middle. Then the last part of this play is going to be obviously the handoff. So if at the snap, we look to the outside and we see this guy's jumping down to play that screen, taking it away. Our eyes come to the backside now to the slant. We have 2 players playing over the slant. Well, that is going to mean we have a really nice numbers advantage on the inside. So we're going to have our tight end plus our 5 offensive linemen. We're going to get a puller from the backside to the play side, so giving us a numbers advantage on the play side as well. Right there, really nice block, and look at how big that hole is. Put our foot into the ground, get downhill super easily. So great RPO right there. Now, if you're loving what you're seeing so far with this USC air raid breakdown, this is literally just the beginning. On Scheme Kings, we've launched a brand new full playbook system, and it's already loaded with huge upgrades to take this scheme to the next level, with 10 more plays to add to what you learned here in this USC breakdown. Plus, every time a new video drops, a new in-depth playbook drops with it. Not at the end of the scheme, not weeks later, same day every time. Inside each playbook, you'll get full breakdowns of every passing play, running play, and one play touchdown, reads, adjustments, setups, and when to call icons. And the best part, you can tap any play and instantly watch the full video breakdown embedded right inside the playbook. Everything you need is right there in one place. And for this air raid system specifically, the membership already includes the USC playbook, the full Texas Tech air raid, and Oklahoma air raid playbooks, plus a new in-game play call sheet so you can always know exactly what to call in every situation, and this will drop at the end of each scheme. And this is just the start. On Scheme Kings, we've got all of our Madden content live, including our Vic Fangio defensive scheme and all of our college football offenses and defenses. And going forward, every single future scheme on the channel is going to use this same upgraded playbook system with weekly drops, video embedded pages, and full call sheets released when each scheme is complete. And this is now one unified membership. No more separate playbook versus video plans. You get everything for one price instantly as soon as it releases. And right now, the whole site is on sale until January 1st. Use code AIR26 for 50% off your first month. If you want to check out Scheme Kings, I'll leave a link down in the description below. As Lincoln continued evolving the air raid at USC, the vertical game became an even bigger part of the scheme, especially with Caleb, who had one of the strongest arms in college football history. His ability to roll out, fire the ball 40, 50 yards downfield on a rope opened up explosive shot plays that most teams simply couldn't defend. In his Heisman season, he threw for over 4,500 yards and 42 touchdowns, routinely hitting deep posts, corners, and extended scrambled drill shots that absolutely broke defenses. So the play we're going to look at here is motion dash flood at a wing trio weak. This is an elite design QB rollout play, letting you get your quarterback on the edge just like USC did with Caleb, and it gives you multiple options on the move, including a super deadly deep corner route that attacks an almost impossible area of the field for defenses to cover. To set this up, come out with our trips to the wide side, then take your backside wide receiver and put him on a shallow cross or a slant. Okay, motion dash flood. I absolutely love this play in the fact that we can get out on the perimeter and use our athletic quarterback to make plays on the edge. So this is going to be an auto rollout play where our tight end is going to help seal the edge, and we're going to be able to turn the corner. It's an auto rollout, so it's going to start the animation for you. Then just hold R2 and just get out on the perimeter. And now this just puts the defense in such a tough spot. We're going to have this auto motion down corner route that gets to such a deadly area of the field. So tough to cover. This streak is going to pull back the deep blue defender. Unless this flat defender is playing at legit 25 to 30 yards, we can just turn the corner and drop this corner route deep down the field for a massive gain. This can also be a really good route versus man coverage, this auto motion route. So you're going to see this is man coverage. He's going to auto motion. Then look at the man coverage player in trail all the way across the field. We break to the outside. Really nice separation for man. I'm out on the perimeter, and we can just drop this in against man coverage on the run, turn that into like a 40-yard gain, getting out on the edge. Here it is again. Now, the secondary option with this play is going to be the shallow cross as we come across the field. So if the user is getting back underneath this deep cross, or if this player is kind of jumping down, like he's looking like he's actually going to be able to play this deep corner route, we're looking for the shallow cross underneath, and it's a super easy read because we're just reading the deeper one to the shallower one underneath. We drop in that shallow cross, make a guy miss, and we get a walk-in touchdown. This can also be a really good route against man coverage as well, so we can kind of go to from the corner route to the crosser. Now, if we try to roll out and they got QB contains and are really shutting down the edge, I kind of just want to pull up in the pocket and not try to roll out if it's covered, right? So don't force the rollout if it's not there. Here they do a good job. So now I'm reading deep to shallow, and then we have our running back in the flat. So now if everybody's playing deep, we're not really able to get to the outside and buy more time for this corner route, then we can just check it down to the running back in the flat, drop it into him, 2nd and 8, and we turn that into like a 3rd and 2. So nice little check down right there. Then the last option on this play that I like and makes it so good is because we are getting this auto rollout and we're getting on the edge with our athletic quarterback. Look at right here. So the running back kind of gets caught inside. The user is taking away the deep corner route. This guy's playing on our deep our shallow cross. What do we have right here though? So we just have a ton of room to just take off with our QB, get out on the edge and make plays in the open field. And that is kind of our last option on that play. During the Caleb Williams era, USC had no shortage of elite weapons to pair with Riley's modern air raid system. Jordan Addison, a former Biletnikoff winner and 1st round pick, became Caleb's go-to target during his first year at USC. Then he also had versatile running backs like Marshawn Lloyd and a host of athletic tight ends who could stretch the seams and work underneath, giving Riley every tool he needed to keep defenses stressing. And even though Riley kept evolving his system, at its core, the offense still leaned heavily into some of the essential air raid concepts that made this scheme legendary. And one of those is going to be motion PA cross at a spread Y slot weak. This play starts with an auto motion across the formation, and this can help pull users and linebackers down. Then behind that, we're running Y cross off a play action, giving us a deep crosser breaking in behind the defense and a backside post sit route, creating a soft zone target and multiple checkdowns on this play as well. To set this up, come out with your auto motion player aligned to the wide side of the field and then just run it stock. All right, motion PA cross. We always want to come out with our motion player to the wide side of the field. And I really like this auto motion because we have other plays in the scheme that utilize it, but it also does a really good job of pulling the user down, helping pull linebackers down, just giving them some eye candy to really bring their eyes downfield. Then we're running the play action and we're just going to get this deep crosser coming in over the top. So we can kind of throw this one of two ways. So if the linebacker and users bite down right away, we can throw it early over the middle of the field. Or if we see the flat defender playing shallow on the running back, we can wait till the crosser gets in behind the flat defender on the wide side of the field and throw that up over the top, drop it in right there. Also against man coverage, this route can be really good. So we're going to get this auto motion down. He's just going to beat his man coverage. He clicks on, man coverage is wide open here in the middle of the field. He clicked on because of our motion. And yeah, just absolutely wide open with this crosser. So against man and with that eye candy, it really can mess with the user. Then the next option here is going to be this post sit. So if the deep cross goes across the field and we see the user clicking on, taking that away, then what we have is we have this post sit route sitting down in the zone coverage. So this deep blue defender is going to stay back. If the flat defender is biting down on the running back in the flat, then we just have this post sit route sitting down. Great option after we come off of that deep cross, and we can just drop that in front of the deep blue for a really nice pickup. Then we have two options as our check down. So we have our auto motion player coming across the field. Then he's going to go into the flat. Then we have our running back off the play action going into the flat as well. So if everyone's kind of playing back on these deeper routes, even though we see this post sit route is open right here, then we can just drop it down to either one of the check downs. So here we go to the running back after the play action, make a guy miss, and we get a first down. And then on this one, we're going to go to the auto motion player coming across the field. So right here, we see everybody playing deep, getting run off. Our running back actually gets tackled off the play action, but our auto motion player just becomes wide open, gets lost after he kind of comes out of the mess in the middle of the field. Drop it down to him, 2nd and 6, wide open, make a guy miss, and we turn that into a massive gain. Now, if you liked what you've seen here, make sure you check out Scheme Kings. The full USC Air Raid playbook is live with 10 additional plays and way more variation than I could fit into this video, plus the full breakdowns, setups, reads, and in-game play call sheet are all inside my new Playbook system, and it'll take this whole scheme to a completely different level. And then if you want a full breakdown of this entire air raid offense, where we cover the big picture philosophy, talk about the legends of the scheme, and walk through the personnel you're going to want to use to run this offense, then check out the intro video for the scheme right here.